It's DJ Dumpson. Check it out, because people are finding out today that the newest way how to sell an album and at least get the highest first week sales is not having a hit single. It's actually capitalizing off Hypebeast on Twitter and also Dick Riders. Okay, the best way to get a album sold is strictly off hype. Okay, Drake and Future just did it. And by the way, there's a big article out today. People are like, they're so shocked. Oh my God, Drake and Future's album, there's a huge drop off from the first week to the second week sales. And I'm going to break it down for you, right? So the first week in sales, I told you overall with streaming, they did about like 380, around that range. But the raw number without streaming, so we're not going to talk about streaming, okay? The raw number was about like 327, okay? The second week sales dropped to 65. So you went from 327 to 65. Now you might be like, okay, what's the big deal? Of course, less people are going to buy it on the second week than on the first. Now, when you check the amount of drop off that's about 81%. That's kind of like historical. Not a lot of albums get that big of a drop off from first to second week. Now, in comparison, and to be fair, other albums have kind of been in that range, aka Kanye West Yeezus and also Jay-Z's Kingdom Come. Now, let's just think about those three albums we're talking about, okay? What a Time to Be Alive, which is Drake and Future, and we're talking about Kanye West Yeezus, and then we're talking about Jay-Z Kingdom Come. What do they all have in common? Now, what I could say is that they're all either average or garbage, okay? To me, Yeezus, garbage, okay? To me, Kingdom Come, it was average. And to me, What a Time to Be Alive, also average. Now, one thing they have in common, or another thing they have in common, is that they were all really promoted off hype, okay? What Kanye West is gonna do next? Okay, Kanye West is acting a little crazy. Yeezus is about to be Kanye West's follow-up solo album to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's gonna be lit. Of course, we had Jay-Z with Kingdom Come. He's about to really kind of crush the game. We remember he retired not too long ago. So pretty much there was a lot of hype, okay? And then Future and Drake, we know about the hype that is, right? We were speculating for weeks. Now, as I'm gonna say, and I said before and I'll say it again, the best way to sell music these days and the biggest currency is not, the biggest currency or the biggest factor of buzz is hype, okay? You get people who are hype beasts excited, who really just all want to talk about the album, who probably will buy it the first week, and even if the quality isn't that good, you already got you hit them with a gotcha game. Got you, nigga. You bought it already. It's the first week. You got you. No matter if you think it's garbage, average, or whatever, we got you the first week. Now, there's other factors that could really kind of get into this, right? We're not going to neglect the fact that, of course, maybe Future and Drake, they're kind of oversaturating the market. I mean, goddamn. Y'all put out a project before, bunch of throwaway songs, right? Future been putting out a lot of shit, right? Maybe people just got tired of buying. But that specific drop-off from the first to second week shows that people either lost interest in a week, or maybe the album did not live up to the hype that was really fueling all the sales for the first week. And that's where we're getting at. Now, as I said, it's not unusual that there's a big drop. I think most albums, they drop about like 60%. The 80% is kind of staggering because people are like, whoa, why did that happen to this particular album? But this is one of the albums that was really entirely driven on hype. Okay, everybody who was either a hype beast, a dick rider, a goddamn stan, they bought the album the first week. After that, everybody else is like, okay, so what's dropping next? Oh, The Game, Fetty Wap? Okay, we're on to that. That's what it is. So some people are surprised. I'm not that really surprised, okay? I think it's kind of normal. I mean, the fact that it was an 80% drop off, we also got to realize there isn't a hit single that's driving it on the Billboard charts now. And because of that, it's not going to have the staying power like either of their solo albums. So that's just what it is. Okay, so I'm not surprised, but are you? Because in reality, as I said, man, this album, all it did was just capitalize on hype, man. It capitalized on hype. It was mediocre. Okay, a lot of people want to act like it's great. No, it's mediocre, right? Now, it capitalized on the hype of you constantly talking about it. To be honest, it sold based on Drake and Future just doing an album together more than the actual music. Just the fact that they got together and collaborated really drove the sales more than the actual music, right? Now, there's a couple of, if you listen to the entire thing, and I did my review, right? There's up and down points where you could definitely skip, and there's points that be like, yo, it had some promise right here. They have a couple songs that are kind of hits, right? I will continue and maintain that. Listen, Drake on Scholarships, where he caught that flow talking about I rock Kentucky Blue on the hose and talking about Metro going boom on the hose. That's probably one of the best flows on the album. However, man, you should see what it is. This album was driven and was sold purely off hype, okay? It's a quick come up for all the labels, Drake and Future, but other than that, it's not noteworthy material that's gonna stop time. That's why at first I was laughing like, yo, what the fuck do they think when they're talking about we have changed rap? But of course they actually did, because it's monkey see, monkey do. Now everybody wants to do a collaboration. Okay, so get in the comment box, make sure you guys like. I'm not that surprised, but some people are. 80% drop, it shows that it's all hype. Okay, a hype for a average product. And when people realize that they could, number one, just stream it, or they could just download it legally, why would they buy it the second week? Get in the comment box, make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe. It's your boy DJ Akademiks, then the Grow Shader. I'm out.